What's going on Facebook? Yeah, Corey Neese here. Yeah, I don't know why that last live video that I was doing just ended. It just ended out of nowhere. So I'm back. But so now I gotta restart. Now I gotta get all the viewers back. Oh well. So basically, what I'm gonna give is just some practical tips. I'm gonna give you just jump straight to the content in case my video just ends by itself. I don't know why it did that. I will be uploading, my Facebook Live videos, sometimes my Periscope videos to my YouTube channel. So go to youtube.com/Corey Neese, and you can find my videos there. But basically, like some simple tips that I've been doing over the last couple of days to get a lot more energy. Hey, what's up, Nate? Thanks for joining. Is instead of taking the elevator, because I live in a really tall apartment building, I run down the stairs. And sometimes I go up the stairs. Going down is a lot easier than coming up, but literally just doing that wakes me up. Like this morning, I went down the stairs instead of taking the elevator. So then I already was, I had blood flowing, I had oxygen, pumping through my body. And then when I hit the pavement to do my run this morning, I had a lot more energy than if, I would have just walked to the elevator and got in the because the elevators around here kind of suck too. So I'm always trying to take the stairs now because it gives me more energy just by simply moving. And the paradox is people think that the more energy you expend, the less you have, but it's actually like the opposite. The more you're giving, it's like the more you're receiving, because I believe that you don't really you don't get energy. You don't just grab it off of the shelf. You channel energy and you release it through your body. And how you do that is by eating really healthy too. So I eat pretty healthy. I'm pretty disciplined about that. I eat green peppers, green foods, tons of vegetables, carrots, broccoli, spinach, sometimes bananas, fruits, eggs. Just really strict. I'm really strict with what goes in my body, because I realize now that the food you put in your body is fuel for your body. So just thinking about it that way, it's pretty easy to be disciplined, because what you put in is what's going to come out, and you need to cut out fast food. You need to cut out unhealthy eating, and if you're eating chocolate and just crappy foods for you all the time, stop doing that. You got to cut out the BS in your life. You got to cut out that negative energy. You got to cut out unhealthy eating, break down your bad habits and form good ones in your life if you want to get more energy. And honestly, for me, my how do I say this? I don't worry about it, but my big thing every day is how can I expend all of the energy I have? Because some days I'll literally be up for 18 or 20 hours straight, and then it's it's so hard to be on a sleep schedule because I can't fall asleep at night because I have so much energy. So for me, I work out and I exercise every day of my life. I'm running in the morning now, I'm weight training and lifting at night, and those are going to help me hit both of my goals, my goals to bench, deadlift, and squat twice my body weight, and then to be able to do that while maintaining a sub 5-minute mile. So I really set the bar sort of high, I guess. Honestly, I think I'll be able to do it, but more than anything, it's interesting to see how the goals make you grow, because setting goals is, or the purpose of setting goals is to grow. So, I learned that from Bob Proctor. So it's honestly, towards the end of summer, if I don't achieve all of those physical fitness goals that I've set out, as long as I gave it my all, and depending on where I'm at, will determine how fulfilled or happy I feel. If I can bench and squat twice my body weight and run a 4:58 mile, I'm going to be pretty happy, even if I can't deadlift twice my body weight, which I should be able to if I could squat. So anyway, I'm just rambling on, but the tips, the practical tips for more energy that a lot of people overlook, I used to overlook them all the time, is healthy eating, adequate rest, just moving consistently. Like I said, exercise daily, get out, get into the weight room, lift weights, get that blood flowing, your oxygen, moving through your body. And like I said on the last video before I got cut off, I don't know why it got cut off, but you release energy in your life. So if you have the ability to channel energy through your body, and release that in a way that's productive and focused towards one area, that's how you create results really, really, really fast. That's how you create results fast. Is like cut out all the distractions. The first thing is cut out all the distractions, cut out the negativity, the bullshit, all the stuff in your life that's holding you back. It's like you're a giant. I look at like everybody like we are like a giant marble or some kind of like piece of granite that you can be chipped away at and sculpted into whoever you want to be and whatever results you want. And all you need to do is like cut out all that negativity, cut out all the things, the habits, the characteristics that aren't who you're really meant to be. And then what's left is simply, the person you want to become. And then you're going to get the results that come with being that person. So, cut out the distractions, eliminate distractions, and then focus your attention on where you're trying to go. Literally focusing your attention on where you're trying to go and what you're trying to create is a skill in and of itself that is often overlooked because it's like most people don't think, and most people just don't live intentionally. We don't live conscious driven lives, and if you're not aware of like where your awareness is, then it's going to be scattered. It's going to be all over the place, and your results are going to be like mediocre. Usually they're going to be just scattered and all over the place. So what I would say is two big skills, like I talked on in a video in the past, was like developing the ability to focus your attention in one specific area towards goals in your life, and not to be so narrow-minded and closed-minded about just doing one thing or focusing on one goal. But some wisdom I learned from this MMA teacher in San Diego. He was an MMA teacher. I forget his name. It was like Tae-Soon, something really hard to pronounce. But what he told me was basically like you have an emotional, a spiritual, and like a physical aspect of your life. And I mean, you could even say mental. So basically you have mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual, aspects of your life. So if you can learn how to improve all of them simultaneously rather than just focusing on just one and then cutting out the rest, I think your results will be way, way better than if you was closed-minded and narrow-minded just on one path. So to me, that means, I'm not spending 18 hours a day behind my computer building a business. I'm not doing, that kind of work. I'm doing health and wellness. I'm getting in shape and working my fitness goals, emotional, mental, psychological goals. So I'm like reading books, doing self-help. I'm learning marketing and sales, obviously, and building my business simultaneously. But I've noticed like I've gotten my very best results ever in my whole business, my whole career, when I was focused on improving every area of my life at the same time. Because when you improve every area of your life at the same time, it builds off one another. Your emotional intellect will increase, your ability mentally to solve problems, to break through barriers, physically to push yourself to new limits, to break through, like when you're in the gym, when you're pushing yourself, or when you're on a run, then that's going to help you mentally. It's going to help you in your business, and vice versa. So that was just some wisdom that I learned from this guy. And another thing, a really big piece of advice that I would give to like anybody that's like turned a new corner in their life, or you feel like you've reinvented yourself, or you just feel like you're just trying to get to a new place in your life, and you're like at the beginning parts, the stage. Maybe you're kind of young like me. The big thing that I took away from this MMA trainer was you don't need to know. You don't need to know your vision. You don't need to know where you're going to be living 10 years from now. You don't need to know if you want to be single or married your whole life. You don't need to know what your biggest goals are. I mean, you want to get clear. You do want to get clear, because it's kind of like a paradox, but like you want to get clear on who you want to become and just the direction in your life. But you don't need to know all of the specifics. You don't need to know all the details inside and out. You don't need to know exactly everything about how your entire life is going to go. I mean, if you think about that, that's nuts to think about that, especially if you're 18 or 22 or 20, if you're young, or if you've just turned a new corner in your life, you're trying to move forward. It's really stupid to think that you need to know absolutely everything, because that actually takes away a lot of the fun and the creativity and the imagination that comes with, creating a new life for yourself. Because, about 95% of your life is controlled by your subconscious, your unconscious beliefs about yourself. So most of your life, is controlled unconsciously, you know, just by your mind, that the part of your mind that you're not even aware of. So to know everything inside and out and all the details, I think is really unrealistic and not very helpful. But what this guy said to me is, you know, to know if you're on the right path in life. He was like, he compared, I love the metaphor. He compared it to like, if you're like shooting an arrow, like if you're an archer and you have to like pull back and you have to aim, right? You have to aim towards your target or the direction you want to go in your life. And then you need to let go. You need to just let go. And to aim and to let go and to allow things to unfold naturally in your life, you know, by still working hard, by learning and doing your very best, things almost always play out to your favor. Things always go well when you do that. But where things go bad is when you hold on, you don't let go. You try to control everything. You try to control the things that are out of your control. That's when things go bad, because then you're blocking your own, you know, greater self from emerging in your life. You're blocking your imagination and your creativity and, you know, just the energy that you could have in your life, because you're holding on to what is. You need to let go in order to, you know, in order to move forward in your life. You need to give up. You need to make sacrifices in order to get the things you really want in your life. So hopefully those tips help a lot. Another thing is be present. You know, when I go on my runs, when I'm hitting the gym, I'm always trying to be as present, focused in the moment as I can, just lifting or running or doing business or talking to someone over the phone. Like I said, something happened to me the last 30 minutes is kind of funny. I won't share it today, but I'll share it in some future videos. So definitely stay tuned. If you enjoy if you enjoy my videos, I appreciate that. I appreciate every single one of you that's coming on. But another thing is, if you want like to change your life super fast, I feel like, and just you want to get a lot of shit done, my big advice to you, and this is huge, my big advice is like, just go get a lot of shit done. Just do it. You know, like today for me is like $1 million day, and this is like a technique that I learned from Limitless, this group of like entrepreneurs or whatever, I don't know what to call it, but they have a lot of cool like gamified techniques and applications that you can use in your own life. And one of them was like to set a day where you just do everything that's on your to-do list. You just get everything done. And that's, you know, today for me, that's my day. So, you know, if you're trying to get a lot of shit done in your life, then I highly recommend that you set out a day or some time, just chunk off, you know, time blocks throughout your day and just do it. You know, whatever you got to do, clean the house. If you got a meal prep, if you got a social network, do your social media marketing or set up your advertisements or whatever you got to do, write your emails or your blog post, just set out a time chunk and then sit down and just do it. You know, stop making excuses, stop delaying yourself, stop holding yourself back, because you know, the only reason you're holding yourself back is because of the thoughts and the thoughts that you have in your mind. What about 28? Yeah, man, I mean 28, that's a pretty good age. But yeah, I think that's about it. Everything that I wanted to talk over. Fortunately, my video didn't cut out this time. So if you joined, if you just got here, yeah, drop me a comment below, your name, like where you're coming from. I would really appreciate that. That's awesome. If you guys can drop me, you know, that feedback. But I will maybe I'll do one later tonight. So you know, stay tuned. But hopefully you got a lot of value out of this. You know, some practical tips and advice. Oh yeah. I almost forgot. I was gonna say the one thing, or the main characteristic that I noticed from meeting all these 7- and 8-figure earners at this event was all of them were very, very humble and down to earth. Like all of them. Ray Higdon, Mark Hoverson, Tim Irway, Mark Harbert, Russell Brunson, Chris Record. I mean, a lot of these guys have literally made over $10 million. Like, that's a lot of money. And every single one of them was present. They looked you in the eye. They were there with you. They were down to earth. They were humble. They were just there, you know, charismatic. And the reason they are that way is because that's what it takes to get there. And that's what it takes to maintain that. So if you're arrogant, if you're cocky, you know, if you got to talk the talk and beat your chest and say to everybody, I'm the best, then you're actually fearful and you actually lack knowledge and you're actually scared because you feel like you need to prove yourself to yourself more that you're going to do it. But hey, that's it for today. I'm going to end this before it hits 15. Thanks for joining. See you next time.